Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're talking about the new Westman Atelier Eye Pods here. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So the line Westman Atelier recently just launched a new set of eyeshadows. So if you're not familiar with Westman Atelier, it was started by the makeup artist Gucci Westman, and her whole aesthetic is no makeup, like your skin but better. So everything is minimalistic, everything is clean, vegan, no animal testing, all that jazz. So these products here are no exception. So these iPods here, there are two shades to choose from. I chose to go with Les Jours, which is more of a daytime wear, I suppose. And then the other set is Les Nuits, which means the nighttime. So it's more evening makeup. There's a really nice dark black eyeshadow there that looks perfect for a smoky eye. But I thought that Les Jours would be more versatile and more practical for me, so I went with this set here. So let's go ahead and read off some of the information about these eyeshadows here. So the Luminous Eyeshadow Trio provides a soft definition and a sumptuous finish using only the cleanest ingredients. The Velvety Cream Powder Hybrid formulation is designed for comfort, blendability, and rich color payoff. Innovative magnetic pods snap together or apart for easy portability. So this is a really fun thing about a lot of Westman Atelier makeup. Same goes with their foundation and blush sticks. They're magnetic, and so when you close them, they snap closed. Now, the eyeshadows don't snap close magnetically. However, you can stack them because of the magnets inside here, which is really fun. One thing to note with these eyeshadows here is when you close them, you really have to make sure that you close it tight enough to hear that snap. Otherwise, it's not properly closed. So as well as these iPods, Westman Atelier also came out with a couple new eyeshadow brushes. I skipped those because for me, the eyeshadows felt like the meat and potatoes that I wanted to get to. But I'm open to picking up some eyeshadow brushes later on in the future. So each set of iPods is created with intent. So there's one shade that's a core shade, there's one that's an accent shade, and one that's a highlighter. So in the Les Jours set, we have Neige, which is a really beautiful white highlighter here. And then we have Chocolat, which is a beautiful rich brown. And then we have Tabac, which looks like a really lovely soft gold on my skin tone. So I'm not exactly sure where to begin for today's look. I think I might start off by going into Tabac. I might just try to place that all over the mobile lid. I will probably mix and match, blend some colors together, and play around. So I just went ahead and swatched these shadows here just to play around and feel the texture. They really do feel very velvety and soft. You do get that cream to powder texture. It's a really nice sensation. Something I wanted to point out before we get into the tutorial. So one trio of iPods is $88 US plus tax, and one individual iPod here is 0.03 ounces of product. And just to compare, I have a Chantecaille eyeshadow here. So just to compare the size and weight, this Chantecaille single eyeshadow here is 0.08 ounces. But obviously with the trio, you end up getting more than one single eyeshadow. Okay, let's go into Tabac. I'm gonna go ahead and use a wide brush here and just sweep it on the mobile lid. So I did use an eyeshadow primer, like I always do. I always use the exact same one every day. I find that this is the best way to judge an eyeshadow, by just going into the same routine that I would normally. Okay, so this is just Tabac on its own. It's very subtle. I thought perhaps it would be a little bit more intense, maybe more gold. It's really light. I think you could do this for like a really easy, simple look, a little bit of liner, a little bit of mascara, you're out the door. I'm gonna go ahead and mix in Chocolat as well, just to see how it'll fare. I'll go ahead and put it the outer corner here just to begin. I'm just gonna go into a clean blending brush here and just buff this out a bit. So I find that these do blend out very easily. They're very seamless. They blend together really nicely and they blend out very easily as well. I just find that I'm ending up digging into this quite a bit to get the color payoff that I want. I know that this is a no makeup look as far as the brand aesthetic is concerned, but I just find that the color payoff is lacking just a little bit. I just feel like this could be, I don't know, I feel like this could be more opaque. I feel like the color payoff could be a little bit better. I just find that I really need to load up my brush to get the intensity that I want. And I know that they were selling eyeshadow brushes at the same time as these iPods here, but the thing is, I have dozens and dozens of eyeshadow brushes, and I feel like someone like me who has such a big collection, whenever I get a new product, it should just work seamlessly with what I have. I shouldn't have to buy an add-on item to make it work, you know? I'm going to dip back into Chocolat and trace it on the bottom lashes here. I'm just gonna go in with my finger back into Tabac, and I'm just gonna sweep this on the inner corner here. Okay, let's go ahead and do my face makeup and we'll finish up the eyes afterwards. I'm going into my Westman Atelier foundation stick. I am in the shade number 3. Now I'm going to go into a bit of concealer. This is my Clé de Peau concealer in the shade Almond. And for the powder, I'm going to go into this Gucci Natural Matte Beauty Powder in the shade number 4. And then for the blush, I'm going to go into my Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks in the shade called Minette. And then I'm going to go into my Westman Atelier highlighter. This is the super loaded tinted highlighter in Peau de Rose. So now I'm going to go into Neige, this beautiful white highlighter. I'm going to go ahead and use a more tapered brush and put it in the inner corner here. So I think this shade Neige has pretty good color payoff. You get the stark white highlight quite quickly. I'm going to finish off the eyes with a bit of mascara. This is the Volume de Chanel. And then I'm going to finish it off with a bit of lip. I'm going to go into this red shade here. This is the Westman Atelier Lip Suede in red. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this color right here. Okay, so this is the finished look right here. I have to say that I really love the finished look. It looks like a warm-toned, sultry, smoky eye. You know that I'm wearing makeup, but it looks very natural at the same time. I do have to say that it took me a little bit more work than I was anticipating, especially when I saw the darker Chocolat shade. I thought for sure this would be much more opaque. It just didn't have the exact color payoff that I was hoping for. And same goes for Tabac here. I mean, when you look at it in the pod, it looks like it's going to be a taupey color, but on me it's like a taupey gold shade, which is fine, but it's just much more subtle in color than I was hoping for. I think that Neige, the white highlighter, is the one that has the most color payoff. So I was able to get to where I wanted to in the end. It just took me a little bit more work than I was anticipating. So overall, I like these iPods, but I just feel like they should have better color payoff. And I know what some people might think, like this is a no makeup brand, but the lipstick palette here clearly has some payoff. Like you get like an intense color. And same thing goes with the blush here. Like you get good color payoff with the blush here. I just wish these iPods were more pigmented. Yes, the look is really pretty, but it just takes a lot to get the color payoff that I want. And even just to swatch on the back of my hand, I felt like I had to swirl and swirl and swirl in order to get the color payoff here. I just want to make sure you guys are well aware of this because I know many of us do not get the chance to go into a store and do a swatch for ourselves and see what the color payoff and all that is. So I want to make sure that I can give that to you guys here. All right, I think this about does it for today's video. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If you guys are new to my channel, I talk about nothing but luxury beauty. I do lots of reviews and tutorials, and whenever I get new items, I will go ahead and create multiple different looks. So if you have Les Jours, please subscribe to my channel because I will create multiple different looks with these iPods so you can like really get a sense on how to use up all of your makeup. Plus, I have a new series on my channel called Beauty History where I dive into the history and legacy of different fashion houses and makeup brands. So if any of that sounds interesting, please subscribe. All right, well, on that note, thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.